Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Force here with some more Friday Night Magic. Today we're going to be playing the Fattledriver Evolved. It's like a cattle driver deck, but with fatties, meaning large creatures. And I would love this hand, but I do not have the lands that I need for it. So, this is not. We're going to keep this because I don't want to go down any lower. But this is not necessarily amazing, not even a little bit. But the main reason I took this though is because we do have nice lands, and we've got a Woolly Thoctor. So we're going to be able to play our lands, play a Woolly Thoctor turn 3, and then hopefully we're drawing into some of our fatties like... Well, not the pack leader isn't necessarily one of our fatties, but you know, he's a decent creature that's going to let us draw into more creatures. And actually, with him here, I might just go with the Cultivate turn 3, and then that way I can play a pack leader and then follow it up with a Thoctor, and I think I'll do that. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that very thing right now. So we're going to cultivate now. Instead of playing an untapped land and getting a Thoctor in play, we're going to cultivate now. Get a 4th land. Next turn we can drop our 5th untapped land, play the pack leader, and then we follow that up with a Thoctor, getting a card draw for the pack leader. This could work very well. So I like this deck because it's got answers and possibilities to win the early and later game. Like, we've got some very strong early game creatures like the Wildcat, as well as our Woolly Thoctor here. I mean, you get this in play. You get this in play on turn... If you just drop this on turn 3, that's just a big beast for people to deal with, you know? And there's our, here's our Wild Knacked here. It's so good. It is so good. Many games it's becoming a 3-3 on your 3rd turn. It's kind of crazy. So this turn we are actually going to go, yes, we're going to play the pack leader. And so long as it lives for the turn, next turn we're going to be able to get a card draw for the Thoctor. And I believe we get a card draw off of our Wildcat Warrior as well. Because I think when it drops it's immediately a 3. Okay, he's got Tectonic Rift. Destroy target land. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I actually don't care about that. That's really not a big deal. So he's going to destroy one of my... It's any land, right? Yeah. I didn't know if it was non-basic or just basic, but it's any land. So he's going to destroy one of my dual tap lands. He was just figuring out which one was the best. That does not bother me. Not even in the slightest. Okay, so this turn, we're going to go with our 3-drop and draw a card. Well, let's just attack first, just for the heck of it. I'm pretty positive there's nothing he can do because he's tapped out. In regular Magic, sometimes you have to worry because there are things you can play when you're tapped out, but sacrificing lands and such, but not. I don't think that's anything we have to worry about right now. So we're going to play this, our 5/4. It's going to come into play. It's going to trigger this. So anytime we play a creature with power greater than 3, we're going to get to draw a card off of that. And then I do believe if we just drop this in play, we're going to get to draw a card. I think we'll get to draw a card off of this. I'm not positive, but... Because I think when it lands, it's a 3/3 and that triggers. Yes, it does. Okay, so I wasn't sure if it came into play and then became a 3/3, so it wouldn't trigger immediately, but it looks like it worked the way I thought it did. We're going to play our Guildgate, and then we're just going to go past the turn. Now, look at this board of 4/4, of 5/4, and a 3/3. And we've got tons of cards in hand because we drew into the pack leader, and because we played the cards in the order that we did. I could have very well gone with this earlier Thoctor here, and we would have had a 5/4 in play earlier, yes, but doing this I think set me up in a much better position. Because remember our opening hand, we had this, a cultivate and lands, and that was it. So we didn't have much to like try to win the game with, but this is really awesome right now. I'm really feeling pretty good. I mean, coming at him next turn is 12 damage. Alright, he's going to play an Augur Spree, so creature gets +4/-4. He's going to do that to my pack leader. That is the wise choice. Yes, he'll be taking more damage with the Thoctor if he removed the Thoctor and kept the pack leader, but the pack leader lets me draw into more cards, so that's no good. And we drew into an Arbor Colossus, and we can play that Arbor Colossus. Well, first and foremost, we're just going to attack. So we're going to attack with both of these bad boys. So it's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8 damage coming at his face. It'll put him down to 8. And then we're going to play the Arbor Colossus. This is a 6/6 reach. Reach means it's a creature that can block other creatures with flying, even though he doesn't have flying himself. And we have the ability of Monstrosity, triggering Monstrosity 3, which would turn him into a 9/9, but it would also destroy a flying creature that an opponent controls. So very, very good against anyone who's playing any air creatures. He's going to deal 3 damage to our creature player, scry 1, so he's going to deal 3 damage to this. And then he's probably hoping, well, unless he has a 2 black creature removal, he's dead anyways. Because we've got 11 damage sitting on the board, and he's at 8 life. So yeah, he basically needs a he basically needs a 2 cast removal, which he might have. Because I think there's stuff like that right now. All right, so I'm just gonna swing. We're not gonna do anything fancy here yet. I'm gonna swing, and if this resolves, then it's just a win straight up. And it does resolve, so GG for us. Oh, this is a very nice opening hand for our game 2. This is gonna be a turn 2 swing for 2, playing Elvish Visionary. A lot of times I would like to play the tap land first, but this is, I think, too strong of an opener to pass up. We are definitely gonna keep this hand. We are definitely going to keep this hand. And I apologize, I'm not sure if I mentioned in the opening segment. So this Fattledriver Evolved deck is from Hakeem of No Goblins Allowed. I don't believe I mentioned that. I think I said the name, but not the deck creator. So here's our Wildcat. Super awesome card to get early on. So you can see it's a 1/1 by itself, but if you've got a mountain in play, it gets +1/+1. If you've got a plains, it gets +1/+1, potentially allowing it to be a 3/3 on your 3rd turn. So we are going to play, we're going to play the mountain. That's going to pump it up. And we're also going to play the Elvish Visionary because we've got 2 untapped lands. So this is going to come into play. Let's draw a card. And if we draw into a plains, in this draw or the next draw, then that will be what we play next turn for additional damage. If we don't draw into a plains, then we're just going to play one of our tap lands, like the Guildgate here. Okay, so swing for 2. He's down to 18. We've got at least 3 damage coming next turn, potentially 4 if we hit a plains on our top deck. And we're playing a blue-green deck, so this is likely to be some sort of bounce control with some large creatures. Okay, so we didn't get a plains, so that means we will just be playing the Guildgate, comes into play tapped. And then we're going to move into combat and swing for 3. And unless he has bounce, this will bring him down to 15 right now. He does not, so he hits 15, and we're just going to pass the turn. The Ground Assault, we had this in the last game. We didn't get to use it, though. It deals damage to target creature equal to the number of lands you control. So just nice creature removal, dealing with any annoyances. We're not going to do it on something like that, though. So he plays his Wayfinder. Lets him pull the top of his top 4 cards of his library, take a land from it, the rest hit the graveyard. So it's most likely that this is a graveyard fetch deck. We'll play the Guildgate because we got nothing else. Next turn we'll be able to play our Stormbreath Dragon, which will be nice. And we're going to save the Ground Assault for big creatures. I'm not going to, like you could say, oh, use it on the 1/1 so your 1/1 doesn't die right now. But I'm fine with trading this. I'd rather save this for something crucial. So he's either going to trade with my 1/1 or he's just going to chump block the 2/2 to take less damage. I would guess that he would trade with the 1/1. Or nothing. Or he just lets it go through and he saves his creature for something else. Looks like he's going to trade. So the 2 goes through. We pass the turn. Next turn we'll be hitting with the Stormbreath Dragon. I'm almost going to assume he's going to tap out right now. Or play something? Okay. So that's going to allow us to safely play the Stormbreath Dragon. Enters the battlefield. Put the top 3 cards of your library into. So he's running a graveyard fetch deck. No question about that. Problem here is that's a 3/3, so that's going to be able to block and kill my dude. Or it's a 3/1. So he's got enough attack to kill this thing. But he does not have enough... he does not have the flying necessary to stop the Stormbreath Dragon. And the Stormbreath Dragon has haste. This card is amazing. I'm not going to swing with my cat. So it's a 4/4 flying haste protection from white. And then for 7, you can Monstrosity at 3, which will bring it up to a 7/7. And when you hit Monstrosity, it deals damage to your opponent equal to the number of cards in their hand. So right now, so for example, if I had 7 mana next turn, and I triggered this, okay, so he's going to play Shadowborn Demon, killing off this. Okay. So I've been really excited in all this, but I'm not like guaranteed to win this game here. I know I've had a very strong opener, but that's not... Actually, should I block that? Well, I'm going to be able to kill this. And he's going to have to sacrifice that next turn. No, you know what I think I'll do? Well, I don't know, actually. Yeah, I'm going to block this and let it die. This is going to force him to sacrifice his 5/6 next turn. And we can go... yeah, he's going to be forced to sacrifice his 5/6 now. Oh, wow, we do not have enough to play that. You serious? That sucks. So I don't need to use the ground assault on that, because during his upkeep, he has to sacrifice a creature. If you have fewer than 6 creatures... Oh, does he have fewer than 6, though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my god, he does have enough creatures in his graveyard. Oh my gosh, are you serious? He does have enough creatures in his graveyard. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so I need to ground assault that. I need to ground assault that. I can't let him start swinging at me for 3, so... 4, 5, 6. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to play the Placaworm next turn. I should have waited till after the card draw to play land, because I could have played the Jungle Shrine and then played the untap land next turn, and I would have been able to play the Placaworm. So that's not great. He's going to play another Wayfinder, digging for lands and putting cards into his graveyard. The thing is, this can turn around very quickly, and I've got no threats in play right now. And he can just, like, turn this around. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, so he's going to grab back his Shadowborn Demon. Most likely. Or his Runescar Demon. So that's what he's thinking. Okay, so he's going to pull back his Runescar Demon. Yeah, this is not great. This is not great for me. We're going to play the Pack Leader. I mean, quite literally, like, I had such a strong start, but he is the advantage is starting to swing in his hand. He's going to play Runescar Demon, so that's going to be a 6/6 flyer. He's going to be able to search his library for anything that he wants. Any card. Now, I still do have the potential, though, because, like, I've got a Placaworm, so that's going to be a 7/7 trample in play. So unless he's got another removal right now in his hand, and he can't have fished for another Shadowborn Demon because he can only have one of those in his deck. It's only possible to have one in your deck. So we're going to play the Placaworm. This is going to let us draw a card. It comes into play, we gain 7 life. When it leaves play, we get to draw a card again. So Pack Leader lets us draw a card. We draw into the Ogre Battle Mage. So I think my best bet now is to try to, like, overwhelm him. Not going to swing with the 4/4 because he blocks it with a 6/6 and it just dies. Plus, this thing's too valuable, giving me consistent card draw. That's just too good of a thing to... so that's going to give us card draw off of both of these cards. He's going to play another Runescar Demon. That's the problem here. I can't block those Runescar Demons right now unless I get my Arbor Colossus, which is a 6/6 with reach that I can Monstrosity. So if I get that and he doesn't have other... But because he's got black, I'm assuming he's got creature removal beyond his Shadowborn Demon. So he's going to swing for 6. That's fine. I will be swinging with my Placaworm next turn. Force him to block with this plus something else. So we'll kill one of his Shadowborn Demons that way. But first, let's draw some cards. Let's play the Ogre Battledriver first. Okay. Yes. Nice. And then we're going to play the Brimaz, and we're going to be able to attack with the Brimaz because we played the Battledriver Pack Leader. Battledriver triggers, pumps him up, and it gives him haste. And then we play our Guild Gate. So this is really good. I think we actually win this turn. Wait. So he blocks this. and this. 5, 6. No, I don't think we're going to win, but we're going to get rid of a bunch of his creatures, which I'm happy with. I can freely attack with this, because he is not going to block the 4/4 with the 6/6, because he would die if he does. And that's going to pump him up too. We win this turn! We win! Okay, he blocks that. Oh, he's just going to chump block? But that's going to be... so 1... No, we don't win this turn. But we do clear a lot of his stuff. We clear his 6/6 and keep our Palak... Oh, no, we do win this turn. Yeah, if he doesn't block the 7/8. Okay, very smart move. Very smart play. He takes 8 damage, so he's down to 1. Oh my gosh. It was close. Oh man. Oh man. Flush to Dust, he's gonna remove 1 creature. He gets rid of the driver. That's fine. And he's got blockers for next turn. But we've got 2 Palaka Worms now. We're gonna be drawing more cards. Okay. Let's go draw a card off of the Wildcat. Oh no, it's not a 3/3? I just assumed it was because we had so many lands in play. I didn't check. We don't have a basic plains. That's our problem. So we draw a card off of the Palaka Worm. And then I will attack with one of my Palaka Worms. I will not attack with the pack leader though. Wait a second. He blocks this, he blocks this, he blocks that. Yeah, I won't attack with the pack leader, just with my Palaka Worm. And he'll probably double block it. No, he might go like this and that, because he's got to block all 7 damage. So he might sacrifice both of these and hold on to one of these. He's gonna double block it, okay. So he's just gonna lose one of his Runescarred Demons. And we draw a card when Palaka Worm dies. And we draw a Visionary, okay. Alright. He's gonna play a Visionary of his own. Draws a card. I think he's fishing for more removal because he needs to get rid of these Palaka Worms. Little does he know. We've got another Palaka Worm sitting in hand here. He's gonna play Spider Spawnings. These are 1/2 spiders that come into play with reach. And that actually really messes up my chances of winning. Because he's got a lot of blocking here. Alright, let's play this and draw a card first. And just draw a card off of it coming into play. Just want to see if we have anything that we can... There's a Wildcat. That thing still doesn't trigger as a 3/3 though, so... we're going to play the Palaka Worm. We get to draw a card plus gain 7 life. Okay, so we might actually not... It's so funny. I think we're going to actually not win because of all of his spider spawnings. Like... I think we're actually going to not win here. We'll see, though. We'll see what happens, but he's got a lot of spider spawnings. And this deck does not have mass damage to deal with it, unfortunately. I don't know what to... I think I just have to pass the turn here. He's got so many blockers. Ugh, this sucks. You know what I need? I need a Stormbreath Dragon that I can Monstrosity. Just to force damage through. That's what I need. I also need a Plains so that this becomes a 3/3 and I get to draw a card. He's going to play a Palaka Worm of his own. I'm going to lose. This game is so back and forth. I'm like, I'm going to win. I'm not sure. I might lose. Now I'm like, I'm going to lose. But seriously though, at this point, it doesn't look great for me. Because he's got both of these things that he can flash back, which is really terrifying. And right now I've got no good play. Oh, man. I don't want to play this because I don't get to draw a card off of it. So I think we just need to pass the turn again. I feel like we need my I need my Arbor Colossus, and I need to trigger it to kill his flying. But he's still got his reach creatures, so... What else? Okay, so he's gonna flash back a spider spawning. Or is he playing that? No, he flashed it back. So that gives him 6 or 9 more. Oh my god. Yeah, he wins this game. Yeah. I'm almost fine with it because this is an intense game. Like, this has been an intense sort of just the shifts in power that we've seen here. But unfortunately, with no mass removal, I really can't deal with all of his small, like all these spiders in play are such a pain in my butt. I really can't deal with it. And the big thing at this point, though, is he's got this flying... Why doesn't he pass the turn? What is he doing? He's got this flyer that he can keep swinging at me with, and I can't do anything about it right now. Before, he had to save it for blocking when it was, like, close. You know, when he was close to dying, he had to save it for blocking. But now he doesn't. He's got all of these tiny little spider dudes that he can freely... I don't know why it took him so long to play a land. That's ridiculous. All right, so we can play the Cultivate. This is going to let us get... planes in play, which will make it so that our Wildcat becomes a 3/3 when we drop it. So that's going to trigger our draw. And I just need to hope to keep drawing into creatures, basically. I just filtered 2 planes out of my deck. So, of course, the card that I draw into is also a planes. That is a pain in the ass. Oh my gosh. Of course, the card that I draw into is also a planes. That is so funny. Yeah, so this game's over now. He wins. He's just gonna be able to overwhelm me with those spiders. He's got 27 of them in play right now. So he wins next turn, actually, because I don't think I won't have enough blockers to stop that. Unless I draw into some miraculous stuff here. That is not it. Well, the Mana Flood definitely didn't help. So, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, I think, again, even though this is a loss, I think I'm fine with it because this was a fun match. This was a very fun game. So all he needs to do, I'm pretty sure, swing with all I need to do is swing with everything. And he wins right here. Because he's got so many of those spiders right now. So I will attempt to stop it, but I'm pretty positive that it does not matter. Because he's got enough of his small dudes. So we go trade one of those. Block that. Block 1, 2, 3. And then he still has 26 of the small creatures going through, plus his flyer. So, it is a loss, but that was a good game. Thanks for watching Friday Night Magic. I'll see you guys next week. Keep watching, and keep owning.